Yo, yo. What music playing? Should be playing. Da-da-da. It is playing. Just quiet section. Yo. What's up, everybody? If you're watching this after, nobody's tuned in right this second. Yeah. Let's get right into it. Working on making Super Mario Brothers 1-1, as is in the title. Basically from scratch, using only a graphics library. But yeah, let's. I've kind of got some basic stuff set up here, but we gotta kind of flesh this out. It's not quite ready yet. What do I have here? What have I not done? Get game and get window. I haven't created game yet, so let's do that. Game. Application.cpp. Make sure. Okay, game is up there. Game.c here. What do we got? I don't have a constructor for game yet, do I? No, we should probably do that first. Actually, we'll get the window though. Get window. It's going to be window. It has been created. Game.h. Right, so I've got my textures in here. Let's do our references. So we need application. So that's going to be in there. Let's grab the window as well. Which is SF render window. That's a pointer. And these are members. Public create application. Just gonna take in an application pointer app. Oh no, this is game, that's why. Game constructor, application pointer. You might load in some stuff after. Yeah. Game, then app. And then window is going to be app dot window. That needs to be a comma. Cool. So our textures are there. I had under game object. So it is just texture pointer. Okay. Cool. my story is not uploading. Let that upload. Cool, yeah. We've got an application or a game constructor, which is fine. Application. Now we can get game. Well, we can create a game and we can get game. So game is here. Game, then in the constructor. Game equals new game. Which is going to be this. And that should compile, I think. No errors anywhere. Let's see if we get our window. Or actually, what is our window here? Application. .h window. Resolution. Reference resolution 1920 by 1080. That's fine. Let's do actually 800 by 600. Where did I not include? Here. Right. Include pch.h. Yes, that's a problem. Let's grab our project settings. We need lib. So linker, it's gonna be here. Debug, edit. One of these, the dot's in the wrong place. Yeah. Get rid of that there, and there. Okay, compile. Another error. Show single public game. Public class game. This is linking error. Does game have reference? Game has reference to application. It's fine. Application has reference to game. That should also be fine. Object is where my issue is. I'm not creating a game object. Game pointer game equals null pointer. This is run. Game object, illegal member initialization. Game is not a base or member. Are you doing something? Object.cpp? Yeah. I am. Okay, window is now running. That's good. Now let's fix this. Object. Let's get rid of these pointers. I don't think I would need them. Unexpected. Game is app.getGame. What is this? Expected. Yes. I need to replace that. world is uninitialized. Class world. Application is getting loaded first. We have reference to application, we have reference to game. Object. What do you mean world is not initialized? I commented it out. We shouldn't be instantiating a object. Like, I don't. Oh, that's what it is, probably. Application, no, game, sorry. No, application. We didn't create this guy, which is going to be game. Because that's a pointer, yes. Okay, cool. Now let's run. There we go. Cool. It's always the stupidest things. So our window is running. I'm gonna call this SMB 1-1. SMB 1-1, cool. All right, I'm going to go in the start. I'm gonna say window dot set frame rate limit 60, just so that we can test with it super high frame rates. Cool. I want to rename these to game object. Game object and game object. And then we'll go through here to all these H files and CPP files. I don't think we've included them anywhere yet, other than this needs the right name. Okay, cool. Let's bring world back in here. And let's flesh out world.h. Oh my. I have to create a tile map at some point. I don't necessarily want to do that yet, though. Do I have a player? No. Okay. Oh yeah, I wanted to create sprite sheets. Let's do that. Create a class sprite sheet. This is going to have a SF texture pointer. Which is going to be texture reference. Let's just call it texture. SF sprite. pointer sprite. Then we're gonna have int rows int. This needs, let's just make it unsigned just because I can. Rows unsigned columns unsigned cell resolution. Let's make this a vector2 int cell resolution. That's an SF vector2 int cell resolution. Means we can get SF vector2 int cell cells and cell resolution. Cool. So then public, when we create this, what else do I need actually? Padding. Unsigned padding. So we're going to create a sprite sheet, which is going to be texture pointer texture reference. It needs to be an SF texture ref. We'll be creating the sprite. SF vector2, oops. Vector2 int cells, need cell resolution, and then unsigned padding. Cool. Let's create the destructor sprite sheet where we are going to null pointer, and then we're going to delete the sprite. Okay, constructor. Sorry, cells. Cell resolution, and then padding. Cool. Texture should already be set up from somewhere else, so we're gonna say sprite equals new SF sprite, not sensor. What's a sensor? Sprite, then sprite Yeah. Sprite dot set texture is going to be the texture ref. Oh, we do need to, let's do this instead. Texture ref. Let's just make this texture. Dereference texture, and then sprite dot set texture rectangle is going to be an SF rectangle, and that's going to be 0, 0, cell resolution dot x, cell resolution dot y. Those are already integers, which is cool. Great. So we got a sprite sheet. We're gonna go SF vector to int current tile. Current cell is going to be equal to 0, 0. Let's actually use a comma. Cool. So that's always going to be our default. Let's make just so that we can. Great. So we obviously are going to need some gets. So let's get cells. Get cell resolution. Get padding, const, SF vector 2, int, get current cell. We're going to get void set current cell to const SF vector 2 int new cell. Just in case we need that. Cool. Let's make these quick. get current cell is going to return get cells. Sorry. Cells. We're going to cell resolution. Going to padding. Get current cell. And this guy, I'm gonna say current cell equals new cell. Great. So that's all good. So now we can create a sprite sheet. Now we're going to go back to game object .h. Texture is not going to be in here. And then we're going to do sprite sheet instead. I don't think we need this reference. Oops, we need a hash include sheet.h, and let's go to our file view here, grab sprite sheet, move it into source. Go. Didn't move both, now we've moved both. Cool. Let's go back to game object. Sprite.set texture. Right. Let's make it so that we set up the texture after. So world is still not, that's fine. Let's go to game object and then set texture, and then we need all of our attributes from our set sprite sheet. Let's do init sprite sheet. Then we're gonna need all of this crap. Game object. Say if, just to check, sprite sheet, dot, or it's not equal to null pointer. It's not equal to null pointer, then we're gonna get rid of it first. delete sprite sheet. If I could type, delete sprite sheet. And then we're going to say sprite sheet equals new. New sprite sheet where we put in our texture ref, our cells, cell resolution, and padding. That's all I need. That is all I need. All right. Cool beans. So we set up game object sprite sheet. That's all good. Now let's create a player class and see if we can get that to move. But can I? Game. Game.h has a map of textures. So we're going to CD map const sharp pointer, and that's going to be SF input stream. No, it's going to be SF Sucks that it's all keyboard. Maybe I just want to input system. I'll just do a separate input class at some point. Keep the textures. Okay. Let's create a player. And player is going to derive from public game object. We'd spell object properly. We're going to include game object dot h. Of course, again, I'm gonna have to move these guys because Visual Studio doesn't do that for me. Anybody knows how to get it to actually put it in, because if I like on my project view, if I like right click and add and then like put in the destination, it doesn't put it in that destination. It's really stupid, but anyways, those have been moved, so we're good now. Okay, public game object. So that means we have all of that stuff. Do we have position, right? Game object dot h has a Position. Yes. Okay, cool. We don't have colliders yet. That's fine. I will do that later. Let's do just a basic. Let's do a basic. Move. So we need public. Move. Void move. Let's just do this for now. This is going to equal 10, 10, just so we can get things going. Void player move. If keyboard SF keyboard dot is key pressed SF keyboard W position dot Y minus equals move speed dot Y times app dot delta time. Cool. Yep. We will duplicate that. A couple more times. So W A S and D. I should create like an axis kind of thing. Well, hang on. We should only be doing left and right. There's no up. So just A and D, literally. Well, yeah, no, we'll skip out on S as well, even though he technically can crouch. Mario can crouch. We'll skip out on that. So this is going to be X direction for both of these guys, except for this time, we're pressing A, that is subtracting. If we're pressing D, that is adding. Cool, so if we call that, once we instantiate our player, that should move our player. Good. Call that on update. What else do I need? My Okay, we've got move. Move is good. So we set up the texture. Game object should have draw. I'm not going to make the resolution scalable, just for ease of use. Game object, init sprite. Do we have, we need to get the sprite from the sprite sheet. Sprite sheet. So get padding, get resolution. Let's get sprite. SF sprite pointer get. Make it so that we can change what's going on here. Okay, so we're looking at sprite. Cool. Now we go back to game object dot h, create draw, where we say window dot draw. We're gonna say sprite sheet dot get sprite, and then we need to dereference that. All right, so that's how we draw. So player move. I'm gonna quickly grab these. Let's go to here, new, let's create assets, some Mario stuff. That's the map, that's the enemies. Let's just grab one of these guys in. With Photoshop. I just want this guy. See how big he is right off the bat. Okay, so that's 48 by 64. What's the biggest one? Uh, 64 by 64 is don't think I'm gonna do the mushroom power up. Just gonna go super basic here. Right, let's copy that, create a new, no, not new layer. By 64. Just put them in there. And then we're just gonna select the white ones and delete them. We're gonna save this as F final core assets. Grab PNG player test.png. That's fine. Okay, let's figure out if we can get him going here. Player test. Let's grab wherever it's in game, yeah? Cool. Void add texture const char pointer key. And then we're going to key and path. Okay, so here in this case, this guy's actually gonna be, private because I'm just gonna call one setup textures thing. It's gonna have a bunch of these in it. Okay, so that's so first things first, we need to, yeah. So textures dot, do I have to use in place? Is there another one? There's no push. Add. Yeah, so we're gonna in place std make pair key and then new SF texture. That should work. then textures key is going to key dot load from file cool textures. So let's if not textures on path. Then delete textures key, and then textures dot erase key. That works? Yeah. Okay, cool. Cool, and then we have to, this is game, I don't have destructor for game. C. Does that work? That was a pair. Delete texture dot second. How do I do this? STD pair texture. Oh, there's no parentheses. I'm dumb. Okay, cool. Great. So add texture. Then we're gonna void init textures. This we need to create. And then So that's going to be add texture. Add texture player, and the path is going to be assets slash player test.png. Is that what we called it? Player test.png. Okay, cool. Great. So under application now, under set, we're gonna say, I don't know, we are in game init. Oh no, sorry, we do need game dot init textures. Let's go back to game now. Let's create our player. Include player.h class player. And we're gonna go player pointer player equals null pointer void create player equals new player. We don't have a constructor for player. We do have a constructor for game object, which just requires the application. But I believe we do still need a constructor for player. Where's player.h? We're going to call game object app. Cool. Go back to game. Create player. In our destructor, we need to delete player. I spelled this wrong. Let's fix that now. Init textures, cool. We're creating a player. How are we going to get the texture in there? I need sprite sheets. What do I have under game object? Init sprite sheet. So I need to get player. That is supposed to be public. Player pointer get player. Player, and we can call that. So now under application, game.init. Oh, yes, textures, we changed that name. Game.create player. Game.get player. Init sprite sheet, which is going to be get we need to get the textures. Let's create a get texture. Application. Should be able to make that constant and sorry, this needs const char pointer key. So, and then we're going to return textures key. No operator matches operands. What do you mean? Just go silent there. That's weird. Return textures key. Interesting. Okay, cool. Returns that texture pointer. Cool, let's go back to application. Get texture player. Which is 1:1. Cell resolution, which is going to be 64, and then padding of 0. Okay. right. So under update, say get player dot move. Sure, let's just do this for now. This is an application start. Game should have its own void start and void update. Void start, void update. Okay. And then we will instead of calling these guys, call game.update and game.start. I'll recreate those if I need them. Game.cpp, where's game start? And then we can get rid of those guys. And then update. And then we can just say player.move. Let's create a draw function as well. And then application we will call and we're back. All right, so update. And draw. Go into game. Let's create draw and say player.get. Oh, just player.draw. Now here's the question. Yeah, I didn't think so. Let's fix all these. Game object base class undefined. Okay, game object base class undefined. Does that solve it? let's take a look here. Base class, undefined, C++. Okay, let's go to game. Let's create. I'm going to include actually in application. We're going to include spell include properly. Game object.h. Does that solve issue? Get more errors. Forward declaring doesn't help for class player public mob because the compiler needs full definition for inheritance. Okay. Okay. So it's because I'm referencing all these things that this game needs player. So I can get rid of game out of game object. Game object dot h. I get rid of that, and that, and then that. Will this work? No. Crap. So that will go somewhere else. Be the default constructor. Get rid of draw apparently. Now player, we will drop these guys in. Include application, just game, and then we include world.h. And then in player.cpp, we'll say that app is app. Window is app.get, not get resolution, get window. What was the other one? Game. Is app.get game. Comma, arrow operator. Void draw. Be window dot draw. Sprite sheet dot get sprite dereferenced. Okay, does this work? No. Missing. Ah. And we're working, and Mario is being rendered. Yay. Phew. All right. Let's change this resolution here. Image adjustments. No. Image size. First, let's check to see how many pixels are the pixels. 4. So we're dividing by 4. Image. Nearest neighbor. Cool. Now if we run this, he should be smaller. Hello. Oh, right, because I did the thing. This now needs to be 16 by 16. Yeah. Are we checking? We're not checking move, are we? Oh, we are checking move. Cool. See, does he move? Oh, it's D and S, A and. Oh, but our we're not updating the position of sprite. Draw. So player dot h draw. Sprite sheet dot get sprite dot set position to position dot y. Okay, cool. Okay, he's moving, but I got the wrong thing. Player move speed. Let's crank that boy up, and it's not X. Oh, it's because these need to be X this way. X and X. Run. D. Okay, he is going. Now I just want to check. I want to check my collision. So I am going to actually add the other ones in here. Player.cpp. So this is A is left. This is right. This will be up. This will be down. So this will be W and S. And these will then be Y, 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 Y. And then if we're moving up, that will be subtracting. Cool. There he goes, zipping along. Mr. Mario. Cool. He's going. He moves. Height. So great. What am I doing next? I kind of want him to. I'm gonna put him back to his original size. Let's make it 32 actually. That should be fine. Let's see what he looks like. Should be good. We will just grab the game.cpp, make that again 32 by 32. And there he is. It's our boy. And now if I go over to application, and set the frame limit to 165. See if he moves at the same speed. He moves at the same speed, just a little smoother. Cool. Does he though? Let's give it a test. Let's give him a race. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So like 7.5 seconds. Oops, 165. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it is the same. Cool. Put that back to 60 for now. And he moves. That is good. Let's create a tile. Source class tile dot h. Okay. Let's just right away go in here and move these guys to source. Sick. This is going to inherit from public game object. And we will include game object. Okay. Let's go to player here. Grab these guys. These guys. Game. Right. Game. And we're going to tile. Player. Tile. Include application. Great. We are going to, we have a sprite sheet, which is cool. We're going to draw the tile. Okay. Great. Load up Photoshop. And we will grab boss. Let's grab this map here. And grab (16 by 16). Oops. No. Let's make canvas size 16 by 16. One more time, canvas size 16 by 16. Proceed. And then image size 32, nearest neighbor. And this is going to be brick. Or ground test.png. Cool. Let's go back to game. Let's load that. Under init. Add texture. Ground. Okay, that is loaded. So now if we go up here. Right, we don't have that set up yet. Is that part of player? No, it's part of game object. Yeah? Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's go. Go back to how's a position. Yeah, let's just go back to game. Create a test object. So include tile.h class tile. Oh, right, we need to create a constructor. Tile. Let's copy our player one. Don't have a destructor, do I? No. Cool. Go back to game. Tile. Tile pointer test tile equals null pointer. Peak definition. Test tile, I'll say test tile equals new tile app. Style in its sprite sheet, and that is going to be get texture, ground, comma 1. What was this again? Cells, right. Number of cells, the resolution is 3232. And what is 0? Oh, that's the padding. Cool. Test tile dot draw. Cool. Will it draw now? What am I missing? Ah. Okay, cool. Let's set that position somewhere else. Tile dot set. We don't have a set position function. Game object dot h. Void set position. Right, got our new position. We're able to do so anyway. Back to game dot. Let's call 400 by 300. Oh, right, it needs to be a 300. Great. Now it'll render somewhere else. That's good. Cool. We phase through. I'm gonna just quickly move. I'm gonna create a input system. Input system, we're gonna get it's not gonna be a class, it's gonna be namespace. This is going to be bool, move left, bool. Let's just head this. Player movement, move left, bool, move right, bool, move up. Create all those, go back to player dot cpp. Where's input system.cpp? or a. So now I got my arrow keys too. Right is D, or right. Up is W, or up. And the last one is S, or down. Save. We need to move our input system files into source. Okay, now we got player. So now, if I grab include input, I spell include properly. Input system.h. So we're going to say if move left, input system.move left, we can get rid of these guys. Down, so move left, right, down. Okay, that's good. This should still work, hopefully. It does. But now I can move with the arrow keys as well, so that I don't get confused. Excuse me. Let's just quickly add. Do I have collision in here? I do. Do I have collision.h? Okay, collision.h, collision.cpp. Cool. So we need to go to game object. In the game object, we're going to include collision.h. Great, and then we're going to have a box collider 2D pointer collider. We are going to box collider 2D pointer get collider. There we go, which will return collider. We're going to set up the collider when we set up the texture. Let's peak definition, delete collider. Cool. Great. So let's go to player. And let's Oh, actually, no, it's in game object. Game object.cpp init sprite sheet. Equals new box collider 2D, which is going to be .x position .y. Width is going to be cell resolution .x and cell resolution .y. Okay. Player needs update collider. It's just gonna be okay, collider.x, collider.y, position y, and then we do our move. Up here, we're going to update collider. Update collider, I think, is going to be private until otherwise required. Oops. Just make sure this runs. Does not. Version of T. Requires narrowing conversion. Is it because collider thing, is that a, it's not a template. No, it's a float. From T to float. So I just put 32 in here. That works. gonna work? That'll work. Okay, cool. I'm actually going to steal my Axis input system from another project. I'll pull this guy up here. Let's see. Do I have it here? C. Labyrinth. Game. Lib. HID. Let's find source HID.C. Put menu, input up. Input interact, input rotate. Oh, this is, I didn't have, yeah. It's because this is the wrong game. Where did I create? Move axis. Here we go. I mean, I shouldn't need the move axis because I'm only going to be moving left and right. I'm not going to be. Yeah, I'll just do this. Okay. So both of those should have colliders on them now. Oh, it's 5 o'clock. I think that's good enough for today. So basically what we got done here is we got Mario and an obstacle on screen, and we can move Mario. There's no collision yet, but we can move Mario. And yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'll probably be hopping back on and doing some of this at some point again.